but I believe by the end of this video, you will know me so much more. And I honestly believe that also by the end of this video, you will see a little bit about yourself in my story and on why I even started the Velvet Girl in the first place. Hi, I'm Nai, and if you're new here, welcome. On today's video, I am just going to be talking everything you need to know about why I started my business, the Velvet Girl, why I created this type of brand and for whom I created this type of brand for. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. So I actually live in Florida. I'm currently engaged to the love of my life and I'm getting married next year. I can't wait for that. I have two amazing cats. One is pretty aggressive. The other one is just super loving and just a wonderful kitty. Their names is Frida and Frodo. Yes, Frida. She's a dramatic cat, the spoiled cat. And Frodo is my loving, also spoiled cat, but very loving and very cute. I will be putting pictures right here of them both. Now, the reason why I started the Velvet Girl is simply because I wanted to do a community for women who are tired of waiting for them to love themselves, tired of them waiting to look pretty or to look smaller or to look however they want to look. Because a lot of women, especially I've met, even for myself, a lot of women, we don't really love ourselves so much. And that's only because of how society is. People say certain comments, people might do like evil things or say evil things. And we just enter a place into our brains that we just don't value ourselves anymore. We don't love ourselves anymore because of social media. That being one of the biggest issues right now is social media, how people just show a perfect life when behind the scenes, it's not a perfect life whatsoever. People do a lot of things to make it all Instagram worthy, Pinterest worthy. I know I've been there and I still do that, but I do show a little bit what's behind the scenes of everything that I do go through because I go through a lot. So I wanted the Velvet Girl to be more for the woman who is tired of pleasing others, the woman who is tired of being criticized every single day, who is tired of waiting, sitting there and just waiting for either to love herself or for someone to love her, like how she cannot love herself. Because honey, trust me, no one's gonna love you as much or as hard as you will love yourself. Trust me when I say that, because I've waited for love for a long time. At one point in my relationship, not in this one, but in my past relationship, I found loving myself in that relationship. But once I got out of it, I didn't love myself anymore. And it just got to the point where I did some deep healing, even like therapy type of deep healing. And I started loving myself. I started taking care of myself. I started taking care of my mental health. I started taking care of my skin, of my body. I started going to the doctors to get myself checked out because that was something that I wasn't doing anymore. I wasn't going to go get my annual checkups at all. And thank God I did, because I went through surgery and all. So thank God I did. The Velvet Girl, it is something that is deep into my heart. It is something that still has a lot of work to do, but I'm just here just content creating behind the scenes, content creating what this channel is actually about, which is all about the beauty. Because although self-care has other things, beauty is definitely one of them. So about hair care, skin care, makeup, I'm going to be talking all about the hair, the makeup, the skin, everything that I use from hair to skin. You guys have seen my last videos where I just do my makeup, and I do mention a few of my makeup products that I use, but I have a lot of makeup products, like a lot, believe it or not. Like I have way too much for my own liking. But some of them are pretty old, so I do have to throw them away, unfortunately. But some of them are just like my right to die type, the ones that I'm always purchasing every single day. Well, not every single day, but every single time that you know I'm running out of or really low on. I also here talk about mental health, the importance about mental health, because like I said, beauty is one aspect of self-care. But then there's also mental health. That is another aspect of self-care. If you did not watch my last video, I suggest you go ahead and watch it, because I did talk about my 2 new tattoos that I got a few months back. And it talks about what each tattoo means to me and why I got each tattoo. And it was all because of mental health. Back in 2020, I mentioned this also in my other video too, like 3 videos up. I mentioned why I stopped posting, and it was during 2020. And I mentioned how I started therapy. I had to go see a therapist because I was just going through a lot. I had just ended my engagement. I had just lost my grandma, and my dad was in the hospital, critically in the hospital for like a few days. It was a lot, and it was all back to back to back. I want to say all of that stuff happened maybe about 2 weeks in between each other. It was, and then shutdown happened. Shutdown happened. That was another thing too. Shutdown happened. So like I said, I mentioned that on my last video. I'm not going to talk about that right now in this video, but mental health is honestly very important. I have dealt with a lot in my past. That's why I decided to go see a therapist too. It wasn't just because of 2020. It was just a buildup of so many different emotions that I was still trying to get over, some stuff from my past and everything else, that I decided to seek a therapist. And thanks to her, I healed up so much. I even had a session with her still like a few weeks ago, maybe last month or 2 months ago. I had a session with her too, because I still talk to her. Like, I really do still talk to her. Not as often as I once did, but I do talk to her every so often now. It's been 6 years in the making since we've been talking, and she has helped me tremendously. Now it's not so much of, me just talking to her, everything about my past. No, because we have grown up from that. I just talk to her now about like my day-to-day life, how things have been going, and, like a little bit of like a check-in type thing, just so she can know like, hey, I'm doing okay. I do book my sessions with her when I really desperately need her, like really bad. I do send her a message and she fits me right in. And it's also like online, so I don't have to worry about going to no one's office. Another thing that I am going to be talking about in this channel is the business aspect. Not too much businessy, but I am going to be going on here and talking about how I'm building the brand. Everything that I did, from the legal stuff to the content creation stuff to the ads, to what I'm building up the most and what I'm building up the least. But then eventually the stuff that I'm building up less will be the stuff that I'm building up the most. So it'll be switching up in between. I'm also going to be talking about just behind the scenes type of things. I want you guys to see my journey. I want you guys to see what I see what I'm doing. That way you can get an understanding about me. Recently, I did join Snapchat again. I did delete Snapchat. My whole entire account has been deleted for the past year or so now. I haven't had Snapchat, and then I redone it again recently, and I've been having so much fun. I've been taking so many videos on there. I've been taking so many selfies on there with my fiance and my kitties. So if you guys truly want like a behind the scenes on that, go check out my Snap. It's right down in the link below. And without further ado, let's go right ahead and get this show started, because honey, the Velvet Girl is about to be big. And the projects that I have coming up in the next couple of months, you guys are going to absolutely love them. Trust me, you're going to love them, because they're just amazing. And I'm really proud of myself for embarking on this new journey of my projects. And I just can't wait what the future holds for me. And I will see you all on my next video. Bye, everyone.